Which you guys got another video here for you. Microsoft fixes 167 vulnerabilities in April's 2026 Patch Tuesday updates, addressing a large set of security vulnerabilities across the Windows systems. So the update includes Windows 11 KB5083769 and KB5082052, along with Windows 10 KB508 2200 on the ESU program, and a fix of a total of 167 vulnerabilities. Now, bleepingcomputer.com said that this patch Tuesday also addresses 8 critical vulnerabilities, 7 of which are remote code execution flaws, and the other is a denial service flaw. So this update does fix and patch a lot of bugs with Windows 11, so it's important to roll this out as soon as possible because a lot of these fixes are for fixing vulnerabilities with Windows. Now, this will automatically come down if you have your update set to automatically download and install updates. If you got it set to manual, you will have to download and install these manually inside Windows 11, but you can see it listed right here. So 13 security features bypass vulnerabilities are listed here. 20 remote code execution vulnerabilities as well, 21 information disclosure vulnerabilities, 10 denial of service vulnerabilities, and 9 spoofing vulnerabilities, and 93 elevation of privilege vulnerabilities are listed in this patch, so to fix a lot of these issues. Now, there's also some other patches that have been applied as well. Now, also in this month's Patch Tuesday, there is 2 fixes for 2 zero-day vulnerabilities. Now, Microsoft went on to say that they've classified a zero-day flaw as publicly disclosed or actively exploited with no official fix is available for that zero-day flaw. The actively exploited zero-day flaw is this one you're seeing right here on the screen, which is CVE-2026-32201, Microsoft SharePoint Server Spoofing vulnerability. Now, Microsoft have patched this server spoofing vulnerability that was exploited in attacks. Improper input validation in Microsoft Office SharePoint allows an authorized attacker to perform spoofing over the network, explains Microsoft. Now, Microsoft have not disclosed how this vulnerability was exploited in attacks or who disclosed it. Now, the publicly disclosed zero-day is CVE-2026-33825, Microsoft Defender Elevation of Privileges vulnerability. Microsoft has patched the Microsoft Defender Privilege Elevation flaw that gives system privileges. The company has addressed the flaw in Microsoft Defender Anti-Malware Platform update. Microsoft have said that this will automatically be downloaded to all systems. All Windows users can manually install it by going to Windows Security, Virus and Threat Protection, and then Protection Updates, and then click Check for Updates, and this will automatically download this patch via that method as well. Microsoft have also fixed multiple remote code execution bugs in Microsoft Office, Word, and Excel that can be executed via the preview pane or by opening malicious documents. So it's important that you should prioritize updating Microsoft Office as soon as possible, especially if they're commonly received in attachments through emails. It's important that you update that, and that's inside the actual account settings. You can go and update it there. Now, there's also a huge list of recent updates for other companies. Other vendors who've released updates or advisories in April's 2026 include Adobe, Apache, Apple, Cisco, also Google, and loads of other companies as well. There's a massive long list. I'll quickly put it up on the screen. I'll leave this in the video description. Credit to Bleeping Computer for supplying this information as well. And I will leave that also in the video description, a link for their article, which you can read as well. Some of these updates are moderate, some of these are important, and some of them are critical, and some of them are set to low. But you should always roll out security updates whenever possible on a Windows system. Now, one thing I want to bring to people's attention is on this system that I updated here, it had BitLocker enabled on it. When I did a tutorial, I left it enabled. And during the update process, when I rebooted the system, it did request a BitLocker recovery key to be able to continue to install the update and get back to the desktop. Now, some people might not have had this issue, but for some weird, peculiar reason, that's what it asked me to do on here. And I'll quickly show you because I did record the screen and I wanted to show you just in case you do have BitLocker on your system and it is enabled. Now, talking to Declan on our Discord server, he also has BitLocker enabled and he did the update and he didn't have any request for a recovery key. So whether this is just some freak thing that's happened to this system that I had it on here, I don't know. But I'm just giving you the heads up because if you do have BitLocker enabled and you do suddenly get that blue screen, you might not have your key available and you might not know where it is or forgotten it, and it can mess up your system. So just bear in mind that have your key available just in case it does do it. Because when you see right here, it was going through the update process, and then when it rebooted on 100%, as you'll see in a second, it will request a BitLocker recovery key to be able to finish off the update and get back to the desktop. Now, if you're one of these people that don't even know whether your system has BitLocker enabled, then you might want to check before you roll out this update, just in case it does do that and it catches you out and you don't know what your key is and you've forgotten it, because it will be a major headache to be able to recover. So I'm restarting the system right here. And this is when I got the BitLocker recovery right here. And this is one of the things that you've got to be super careful with if you're using BitLocker, because BitLocker is encrypting your drive. And when you're doing an update on the system, or when you need to access the system and it asks for a key, you better have that key, because if you don't, you're going to be in big trouble. So it's always best to try to tie that key to either your Microsoft account, that way it's easily recoverable, or have it on a flash drive that is encrypted so you can easily plug it in and get access to it and type in that key. And you can see once I put the key in, it allowed me back at the desktop. Now, whether this is going to affect everyone who has BitLocker, I really don't know. It was a bit of a freak one. So I was doing a tutorial about BitLocker. So I'm just going to quickly turn that feature off, and that's how you can turn it off. And it will need to decrypt the drive. If you've got this on and you didn't want it on at all, then that's how you can quickly turn that feature off. Give it time to decrypt before you shut down the PC. Anyway, with that said, I think that's going to be about it. My name has been Brian from briteccomputers.co.uk. Quick shout out to my YouTube members who joined my YouTube members group. I do appreciate the support. Check out the links in the video description, and I shall catch you in the next video. Bye for now.